Alright, good morning everybody, I hope you're all well. So, I thought I'd come on for a little bit, probably about an hour or so, but got stuff to do after that, so, yeah. How are we doing, people? I hope you're all well. Hit the like button, guys. Alright. I thought that it was supposed to be getting cooler today, but apparently not. It's fucking meant to get up to 25 degrees today, so yeah. And it's supposed to be like warm for like the next few days at least now, so yeah. Yeah, so it's like people complain about the weather, but then it's like, yeah, we've been getting quite a lot of like weather where it's been up in like the 20s, and I'm talking Celsius. So yeah, it's just can't complain really, can you? I don't know. But then for some people it gets too hot, so you can't please everybody. Yeah. I think the people who find it too hot are probably like the ones that are a bit, a bit chubby, I guess. A lot of them, because if you carry more fat around it, it sort of like insulates you. It's all right in the cold weather though, I suppose. Keeps you warm, but yeah, in the hot weather it's not ideal, is it? You'll notice some of them like be in the cold weather and they'll be like wearing a t-shirt because of how much insulation they're getting. So anyway, so how are we doing, people? I hope you're all well. Alright, let's try something out. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's just there we go. Green screen. How do you like this, guys? It's just that it's got this friggin' watermark thing on it, so not ideal, but yeah. I've seen some people where they figured out how to get rid of the watermark, but what they do is they kind of have to blur it or something, and I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, but they sort of like. Anyway, I don't know if it's worth doing, but I was just trying it out. I'll just check that off a second. I'll have to try and find something I can use as a free image or something. Free vertical live photos, no watermark. Because it's not good if you've got watermark, is it? Really, I don't know. It's not ideal. But yeah, come and chat with those guys. I don't know, but just come and say something. Very slow in here, so hopefully maybe it'll just pick up soon. Maybe it's just taking a bit of time. So yeah, I don't really want to have a watermark on it, but yeah. Let's just have a look at some of the. Yeah, welcome in anyway, guys. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. What do you guys want to talk about then? There's got 4 people in the house. Hit the like button, guys. What you all up to today, everyone? So yeah, I should probably try and download one that's like. So the thing is, some of them are not free, and they might like have you. It's like you have to make sure that you're doing everything properly. what are you doing today? Probably some workout and yeah, try and just enjoy the weather. But what time is it? It's about nearly 9 a.m. right now here. What about you? Where are you from, by the way? In the UK, so yeah, it's about 9 a.m. right now, or 3 a.m. Are you in the States or something? Yeah, so it's very early for you then. What are you doing up at this time? You got like an early start or something? Anyway, welcome in. I don't know why people retract messages like that. I don't know why people do that, because it's a bit, I don't know, like you've already put it, so like, I mean, I've already seen it, so why retract it? I don't know. Hope everyone's well. We've got 5 people in here, so come and say hello if you don't mind. I don't bite, so yeah. Let's just have a. I'm just gonna sort my beta alanine, because I do this a few times a day, and I'm trying to stay on top of it, because I'm trying to see if it actually helps with the endurance. And yeah, I'm just gonna try it out, and because I want to see if my rowing time improves. You know, I want to see if I can get like an improved 1,000 meter rowing time. So it's just a kind of like experiment, and so I think even if it knocks a few seconds off, I think it's worth it. But it's hard to really tell, because each of your times could be a bit different, but it'd be interesting to see if I feel like I'm able to push harder without getting that, you know, that burn, because, you know, that's that burn that just kind of, you know, you get that fatigue and you just can't go anymore. So it's not, you don't really want to be, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of inevitable if you're, because maybe you could like push yourself more and then like, I don't know, maybe you'd be able to like go harder, but you'd still come into that kind of burn, but it's just that it would happen at a higher intensity or something, I don't know, but so maybe it can actually help you go faster because of the, you know, like the buffering effect, but if you're going faster, then inevitably you're going to, because then you're producing more of that intensity, then eventually it's still going to get that burn. Yeah. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Hope you're all having a good day so far. I don't know, maybe I should put that green screen on. It might just make it a bit more interesting, but it's just, I'm not really a big fan of the you know, like the watermark shit, but I guess it's still better than having it just a completely blank background or something. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good day so far. I've got 6 people in here apparently, so hello everybody. What are your plans for today? What are your plans for the weekend? Anyone doing anything exciting? Yeah, what is going on in here? That it's hard to really get people to stick around, isn't it? But yeah, just got 8 apparently now, so yeah, don't be shy. You know, it's just yeah, if you can, even if you just say hello or something, you know, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a really nice day today, so probably do an outdoor workout today. Perfect weather for it, really. But yeah, if it gets any hotter than this, it can get a bit, you know, much. Yeah, I find that if it starts getting into like high 20s, 30s, that's when I feel like it can get a bit exhausting then, but yeah, if it, any more than 25, it's a bit, yeah, it's just, because in the UK, we're not used to it being so hot, so when it does get that hot, it can be a bit much. And it can make you feel a bit like groggy and just kind of, yeah, it's not good. I wish the weather would just kind of, be more stable. Either stay cold or stay hot or stay mild or whatever. Just stay at one thing, because it's just easier just to kind of get used to it then, rather than it constantly fluctuating between temperatures very quickly. It's hard to get acclimatized to that, isn't it? It's just, that's why I'd rather live somewhere like, I don't know, maybe I was thinking somewhere like Bermuda or somewhere like that, where it's not too hot, but it's like, it kind of stays at a constant temperature throughout the year. Or even somewhere like, like the Canary Islands, somewhere like that. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're all well. Share this out if you can. Sharing is caring. Hit that like button, guys. It's just, just help me out here, guys. Anyway, I thought someone else might have come into the chat by now, but yeah, I guess that people are busy at the moment. It's just, when we've been going live in the morning, it seems to have been, so we're getting a few people, but I don't know, it's just, you never really know with this thing, do you? You never know how it's going to turn out. Because yesterday I went on in the morning and it seemed to do well, but I don't know. In fact, let me just refresh this live a second. Yeah, so no one else has come into the chat then, so hang on, let me just put the green screen back on. I don't know, I just don't know what to do anymore. It's just hard to really get people to come and engage with us. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but people say, oh, just be yourself and all that, and I'm like, well, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just be myself here, and no one's really, I don't know. I would hope someone would just come and hang out with us. It doesn't matter what time of day I do it. It's like, even evenings, oftentimes it's dead. Something's not right these days. I don't know. How is it I've got 2,500 followers, but yet hardly anyone engages? Something that doesn't add up about it. It's almost like I've been shadow banned or something. I don't know. But then it's happening to a lot of people as well, so maybe it's not just me then. I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, just I don't know, say something. I know, someone just say something. Why is it just all these lurkers are just not saying anything? I'm like, what are you doing? Even if you just say hi, I'm busy or something, I don't know. Just, I don't know. Anyway, what are you guys up to today? Feel free to ask questions. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered coming on this morning, but thought I'd try it anyway. I won't be staying on much if it stays like this. But, I come on and just see, like, if people are around, but whatever, Yeah, just, maybe I'll just not say anything until somebody else does, do I bother wasting my energy, Hang on a sec. Just going to the watch page. Alright, maybe I'll create a poll or something. Yeah, someone just hit the like button or something like maybe you can just go then. If you're not even gonna hit the like button, just fucking go. Like, why just fucking lurk here and just not say anything, not like the live, you know? Right, what am I gonna, I was gonna put a poll. I'm just gonna put this, oh, hello, whoever's just joined, what's your name? Right, let's just do that. Because I don't know what else to do. Thank you for the like. It's alright, we've got a poll in the chat now, so... Hello, Noah. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? It's just that whatever's going on, I don't know, there's lurkers that are just here, and it's like, it's kind of annoying, because I'm like, there's clearly people watching, but then they're just not saying anything. They're not liking the live. And I'm like, what are you even doing here then? Whatever, you know, what are your plans for the weekend? So I've just, yeah, I've done a poll, so let's see. Is there a way to find out what the, oh yeah, so one of them said no. Yeah, so just thought I'd try and interact with the chat or something, but hang on, how do I take that off the screen without ending it? You know, I don't know what I've done here, but it's just taking up the screen now. I'm good. Cheers. Just heading to doctor in 5. I'm finishing this weekend and time flies. Oh yeah, what are you going to the doctor for? I hope that goes well anyway. It's just bugging me, this freaking thing now, but just got to deal with that. Anyway, look, guys, can you share this out, please? If you can, sharing is caring. So at least there's some people joining the chat now, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna end the poll because I can't be doing with that on the screen. But yeah, just what's that? My top is, sorry, my BP is through the roof. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, there was someone else the other day going on about blood pressure and all that, and yeah, there's a thing called an ACE inhibitor or something, so maybe they'll put you on that or something like that, but you'll have to just see. Because I know, like, that's one of the medications that they use, which is ACE. It's called we have the thing called an ACE receptor, and what these things do is try to like down-regulate that to then to basically kind of like help with like vasodilation. On meds, they aren't working. All right, so what meds is that then? Is it like is that like an ACE inhibitor or something, or something else? There's all kinds of medications out there, but obviously lifestyle is going to be probably the most important thing. So if you're, I don't know like what your lifestyle's like, but I mean, if you're, what's that, Ramipril? I don't know what the actual function is, but yeah, a lot of people say that they have to change their medications every so often to like, because I know my mum was been put on something, and then she's been put on something else. I think she might have gone on something else. I don't know, but she's, they have to kind of, because it's like cycle off it and go on to something else, and then it's yeah. So they might, I don't know if they'll like say cycle between different drugs or something, or do they have to keep going on different ones? I don't know, but it's not good when you're at that point. But yeah, obviously making sure your lifestyle is optimal is going to be one of the most important things. Things like high sodium diet can be bad for blood pressure, and obviously carrying around too much body fat as well. Stress, my ECG okay, cholesterol is okay, also hereditary, both parents had it, they will change meds. All right, so it's a genetic thing then. yeah, 'cause we were talking about the other day of like people with certain genetics that they are more predisposed to certain things. But yeah. So as long as you know you've got everything, like yeah, your cholesterol and everything like that. But yeah, it's okay. Um, yeah. So like, so would like exercising be bad for you then, or something like doing, say, like running or even going for like a swim or something? I don't know. Like, would that be even safe for people like you to do? Because obviously these things can then increase your blood pressure, temporarily, and then because there's certain people who would get like a heart attack if they go too, hard with these sort of things. But anyway, hope everyone's having a good day today. Share this out if you can. I'm overweight, but I'm very fit, except the arthritis. I work hard, walk miles. Oh yeah, because you're doing a lot of like with like your fishing and stuff. You're like do a lot of kind of walking around and stuff. So do you do like hiking and stuff like that? I mean, do you like going up hills and things like that? I want to start doing some of that again, like go up some hills and mountains and stuff. Hit the like button, guys. Yeah, so I've been up some like big hills. The highest I've been up is Mount Snowdon. So it's like a mountain. So I'm a landscape gardener, so hard work. Oh yeah, it's like quite heavy gardening that they're doing it. So yeah. Anyway, so welcome in everybody. I hope you're all having a good day so far. Share this out if you can. Yeah. So what are your plans for the weekend of everybody else? No one else in the chat at the moment. So yeah. Okay. Hello, Titch. How are you doing? So yeah, you said you had some blood pressure problems as well, but you were saying you had some what's it called? Heart palpitations. Whereabouts you this morning? It's just a image that I got offline, but unfortunately it's got a watermark on it. So yeah, because it was like a free image that I got, and I was just messing around. But I might have to look at one that's like not got the watermark added. But I don't know if you guys mind that, but it's just yeah, it's kind of annoying when they add watermarks to stuff. But I understand they're trying to like get everybody to like obviously they're trying to make money, so they'll try and use it as a way to try and get people to buy the premium version. It's like a kind of, it's almost like a trial version. It looks genuine. Well, apart from the watermarks, of course, because you don't have watermarks in real life, do you? Shared on my community post, mate. Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, you don't get watermarks, do you, in real life? Anyway, I got 2 likes, guys. Thank you. Can we get some more likes on the live, guys? But yeah, just keep the chat flowing. Well, I'm glad that some people have at least started chatting. So, but yeah, just trying to, do like the fitness stuff and health. But yeah, of course, everyone's got their own limitations and stuff. But Oski, for my appointment, catch up soon. Yeah, you take care. But if someone's got like, say, the ability to use your body, you should do it. It's mad how so many people will have like perfectly kind of like able bodies, and then they just let them go to waste. It's sad to see that happen. And this was something I was talking about last night, where there was some quote from somewhere about it's sad to see someone, you basically not see where his body can go in old age. Like, they get to old age and then they're like, they've just let themselves go. They never saw their full potential. And it's like so many people have wasted that. And there's all these people who have, like health problems, like they've been paralyzed or something, or they're in a wheelchair or something, and they'd pay anything to trade places with that person so that they could, get fit. Like they don't want to be in that situation, but yet they'll get the people who will just kind of let their bodies go. They'll eat shit. They'll do all sorts of crap to their body, drink a bunch of alcohol, and it's just it's sad. It's sad that they don't kind of see where their body can go. Because other than that, a lot of them might not have other health problems, but because they abuse their body, they end up they're more likely to end up with diabetes. They're more likely to end up with all sorts of problems, but that might have been avoidable. In fact, cancers can accelerate because of being overweight and eating bad food. So now I know some people be like, oh, live fast, die young, and all that. But I'm like, but if you learn how to do things properly and you learn how to be healthy and fit, you might not even want to live that kind of lifestyle anyway. You might not want to be going out and getting drunk every night. You might want to just, because when you start to appreciate a more simple life, then you might be like, well, actually, maybe I don't need all of that. Maybe I don't need to be going out and getting drunk, because I don't even want to do that anymore, because I see the value in health and in just the simple things, the simple joys of life, going out in nature or something like that. That's, sometimes I'll just be like, oh wow, I'm out in a nice location or whatever, and that's enough for me. That satisfies me. But for some people, it's just, there doesn't seem to be any satisfying them. They just seem to be always miserable unless they've got a pint in their hand or something like that. And we were talking the other day about like how excessive alcohol consumption can end up making people miserable, and it's like the only time when they're actually happy is when they have that. It becomes a dependency on them, and it's the same with drugs and all sorts. It's just sad to see how many people have actually done that to themselves when they could have just been perfectly healthy, and not perfectly healthy, no one's perfect, but they could have been way more optimal with their health, and it just, something went wrong along the way. But anyway, how's everybody's day going so far? I hope you're all having a good one. Share out the live if you can. Just hit that like button. Come on, guys. Who's still watching? See, I'll be on for about another maybe 40 minutes, something like that. So who's in here? Let me know. What you guys want to talk about? Anyone got any ideas or things that you want to talk about? Just say something. I don't know. I'm just leaving it up to you guys. If you've got anything you want to ask, then put it in the chat. Just bear with me a second. All right, who's in here then? 4 people in the house. Welcome in. What are you guys up to today? Is everybody okay? Just what you're all up to today. Sorry if I'm boring you guys, but it would help if people were a bit more lively. So if you want me to be a bit more, I don't know. It's like I balance off people, really. It's just, if I don't have that, then I can find it a bit awkward, and I can maybe I am a bit boring, but it's up to you guys to, if you want to ask anything, there's anything you want to ask, put it in the chat. But I'm just I'm gonna try and just enjoy this weather later, and just get out for a bit. There's no point being stuck inside, is there, when the weather's nice? And so many people that stick inside and the weather's good, they'll just lock themselves away in the room when it's scorching hot, and it's like, you should be getting out there, get that vitamin D, All these people locking themselves away, and they're like, they're just depriving themselves of that vitamin D. Also, just the sunlight. The sunlight itself can be so good for your mental health, and good for your physical health as well. There's been some studies on that, on how the different wavelengths of light, and how they're really important to us. The natural sunlight is really good for you. But when we just kind of isolate ourselves away in a room, it's just going to lead to depression probably in the long run. It's like your body's just going to shut down because when you're out and about, it's like it energizes your body. Like if as long as it's not too hot or something, like I said before, but it can really energize yourself and you feel more positive. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but this is something that can help, and it's something that people should be doing. But it's just, I don't know, society is just kind of, generally not doing the right thing. And yeah, I understand everything's gotten a bit crap now with, we've got this, cost of living shit that we're dealing with, and it sucks. You've got the same exact product that's costing twice as much now. It's like, that's just not right, when you've got, say, like, for example, it might be the exact same, I mean, like food, for example, that's, let's say it's the exact same food that is, costing twice as much now. I remember like a certain chocolate bar or whatever that would have cost 30, 40 pence is now almost like £1, for example. Now, that's just an example. You shouldn't really probably eat a lot of that stuff, but the point is that all these foods, whether it be fruit or something like that, vegetables, it's like what would have cost like £1 might be like £2 now a few years later. But yet people's wages haven't kept up with that. Most of people's wages have barely gone up at all. It's not going up in line with inflation, that's for sure. And people are sick of it. Like, it's harder and harder to become an entrepreneur in this country now. So a lot of people are moving abroad. And some people are saying that that's bad for this country if all these entrepreneurs decide to leave, because then they're taking all that wealth with them. So I don't know how true that is, because I was thinking about this, but if someone's like a digital nomad and they're like, they have like a remote income, then wouldn't it be good for them to stay in this country to be providing to the economy? If they leave, then they're going to just, I was watching this video about like this, the effect on immigration, and they were saying how, that with these like, anyway, but you know what I mean? It's like, if you're replacing them with like, so all these people that are leaving and taking all this money out, and then it's like, how many millionaires are leaving this country? Now, I'm not saying everyone should become a millionaire, but it's like, there's so many of them leaving the country, and it's like, is it going to affect the economy in a bad way by loads of them doing that? Because they'll leave to where they can get cheaper taxes or no taxes at all. Like, for example, places like Dubai, where there's no tax, and it's just an absolute haven for them. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, just wondering what you all think about that. Is that something of a concern, really? But yeah, just share this out, guys, if you can, please. And who's even in here? We've got 4 people apparently, but no one's saying anything. So if you can just say hello or something, just let me know that you're there, because I don't know who's still here. Like, people come and go and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, things have gotten a lot worse in a way. But at the same time, we've got to try and just make the most of it, I guess. Find ways to, like I said, try to reduce your dependency on money, I would say, is the first thing you should try and do. Because a lot of the stuff that you think you need, you don't actually need it. And in some cases, you can find a way to do without it, Anyway, welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all having a good day so far. Can you guys share the live? Or just say something? Or like the live at least. We've got 6 people and 3 likes. So can you just hit that like button? It only takes a second. So do you guys not know how to do it? Like, it's literally just, if you're on the phone, just, can you see where the thumb up icon, you need to double tap that, and that'll like the live. So yeah, I mean, if you can't even just like take 1 second to do that, then, what can I say? Anyway, but yeah, just I don't know. I thought there might have been a bit more chat going on than this, but maybe I'm expecting too much. The last couple of times I was live on the morning, it seemed to be actually there was a little bit of chat at least going on, but I don't know. I don't want to keep complaining. It's just I might as well just get off here soon if it continues. But I'm like wondering whether it will pick up. I tend to kind of have this sort of like FOMO thing sometimes where I'm like, well, what if I had have just stayed on a bit longer? Who knows who would have turned up or something? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just it's just a bit disappointing, really, when you know you got all these subscribers, whatever, but then they just don't really hardly interact with me. So it's like so people should be able to like understand where I'm coming from. People will be like trying to be like all kind of trying to be like, oh, you know, you being entitled, blah 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 blah. It's like I'm trying to come on here to engage, and then half the time there's not even anyone to talk to. So how is that helping me to kind of be more positive? I mean, it's just I feel like there's a lot of negative people on here as well. It's just they're not supportive. They're just, and then when you start, you know, complaining about how bad it is, and then they don't care. It's just, yeah. It kind of does me head in sometimes. Like if people were more supportive and they were more engaging, then I'd be more happy with it. So it's up to you guys, really. Otherwise, I'm just gonna give up going live on here and just do shorts. Because I don't want to be wasting my time if I feel like there's no one gonna turn up. You know, that sucks, really. Hi, Anton. How are you doing? Welcome in. Well, at least we've got someone here, but yeah, people are just kind of, I don't know. It's like they don't say anything. They're just, it's just a number on a screen. They're not actually interacting at all, really. They're just lurking. So who are these people? Is it just YouTube putting it on the chat just to, I don't know. So I noticed some of these lives will have, say, like 100 people watching and there's only 2 people in the chat or something. So is it even real? I don't know. It seems weird. Doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. So what are you up to today anyway, Anton? I hope all is well. It's like you get people say, oh, you should, you know, if you weren't complaining, you'd do better. It's like, well, but then I'm like, well, I'm complaining because it's not doing well. You know? Not the other way around. I mean, it's like if it was doing well, then I'd be happy and I'd be just like, I'll try to give it a chance to people to show up. But it's like, sometimes I feel like it's just pointless. Same old cooking dinner. Oh yeah, what are you having for dinner? If you don't mind. But then again, I'm not really bothered. It's like, you know, why am I even asking? It's like, I don't, to be honest, I don't really care what people eat. I don't really care. And it's like, and then people ask me what I'm eating. I'm like, why are you bothered what I'm eating? It's like, it's kind of like a personal thing to me. Like, I don't know, to me, it's a bit of a, yeah, it's an individual thing. It's a subjective thing. But anyway, a lot of people bond over food, don't they? It's like they have these celebrations. It's all around food and drinking alcohol and shit like that. But it's like I don't know. I don't know why that's. I guess it's because it goes back to like the times when, you know, we would get like the word feast or something. We would, you know, maybe like back in the hunter-gatherer days or whatever, and it would be like a celebration time because they got their meal or something. Because sometimes it could be days until they get their next catch or something, or even weeks. Roast potato, roast sweet potato, broccoli, chunky steak, meat pie. Okay, that's relatively healthy then, yeah. Anyway, so how's it going? Yeah, Chucky, like Chucky the in that was it that film Chucky? Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen that actually. The doll. It's like that the crazy doll. Anyway, yeah. I'll probably put a short out later. I don't know. I might record something later and then put it out. Yes, they're good for a laugh. Those movies. Oh yeah, it's not really like a serious like horror movie, is it? Yeah, like some of them, like some horror movies are not like legit horror movies. Some of them are quite corny in a sense. Um, anyway, so I remember someone was telling me that there's only about 7 different types of plots in a movie or something like that. Or one of them's like you've got like what is it like quest. You've got what is it? There's a few different ones. Like you've got like the kind of superhero and villain thing. You've got I think there's 7 different ones. I remember someone was telling me a while ago. It was I can't remember them all, but yeah. I don't know if sci-fi was one of them as well. But yeah, obviously horror. But yeah, I saw some bits of the Final Destination 6, and it was like a bit shit, really. It's like really like over the top kind of stuff. It's just gotten to a point where like there was this thing in like a building or something, and it was like it's just gotten ridiculous. But it's like, well, where did it go from where they've left off, kind of thing? That it's like they have to keep going more and more extreme and more just over the top, and just kind of like, yeah, like just more and more like far fetched, if you will. But I suppose it is a movie, but it's like, but like if it gets so far from reality, then it feels kind of, I don't know. I don't know. That it doesn't seem right. Anyway, hit the like button, guys. I watched an Australian movie called The Magician on YouTube, pretty good. So I guess it's about some magician, right? No prizes for guessing that one. Maybe I'll have to check that one out. But it's just I don't really get. Oh, it's about a hitman. All right. So what's the what is there's no it was about a magician. I thought it was like kind of so is the magician a hitman or something, or is it about killing a magician? Or I mean, I have to see it. Maybe you don't want to spoil it too much, but all right. So why is it called a magician then? If it's about a hitman, I don't know. But yeah, there came a series called Mr. In Between. All right. Reminds me there was a comedy called The In-Betweeners. I don't know if you've probably not seen that if you're from Australia, but it was like a popular comedy show in the UK back around like late 2000s, early 2010s. A great show. Have you seen The In-Betweeners? It was like these kind of like school, like second. I think I think some of them were like sixth form kids are just like trying to. They're at that sort of age where they're just getting all these hormones and all that, and they're just. It was shown here. Oh, was it? I didn't know it was shown there, but yeah, I suppose some shows do get shown in like other parts of the world as well. Like, but yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day today. But yeah, it was a funny one. I've seen a few of the episodes from it, but yeah, these like young lads are just kind of, that they're at that age where they've got all these hormones. That's why it's called the in-betweeners, I think, because they're not kids anymore, but they're not quite adults yet. So it's kind of that awkward age. Teasing a kid with what was that? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that, but yeah, there's that Will, who's like kind of it was like at the beginning where it's like the new, like the new kid in class, and it's just really quite, yeah, it's like he doesn't really fit in at that point. He's just kind of, bullied and all that. But then what happens is someone else like becomes the new kid, and then they then start to kind of all pick on him, kind of thing. It's like the thing is that if you're new into some kind of group or something like that, you can feel a bit hostile. I mean, if anyone's ever had that, say if they get into some friendship group or whatever, you can feel a bit out of place because they all know each other more, and it's like I was saying, there was this thing about there was this neurodiverse club that I was at for a while, but after a while I just felt like, you know what, maybe this ain't for me. Like there was this kind of cliquey group, and it seemed like they were all kind of, I don't know, stuck to their own group, and it felt like, I don't know, like that was like the main group, but they didn't really feel like I'd fit in with that. And you get these odd random people showing up sometimes, but I felt like they weren't really kind of, they probably didn't feel welcome or something, or I don't know. I think that's the problem, that maybe it would have attracted more people if it wasn't so cliquey. Hello, Mr. X. No, I don't see the point in doing steroids. I feel like it's just cheating, and I'd rather see where my body can go naturally, because it's just like, I don't want to cheat the process, and also, not to mention, it can actually shorten your lifespan. What's that? No, Coronation Street. Oh yeah, God, Coronation Street sucks, and so does Emmerdale and EastEnders and all them shows. But yeah, we had Neighbours playing over here. Is that still? I thought I remembered it had stopped, unless it stopped on that Neighbours, the TV show. Is that Australian show? Yeah. But I just feel like steroids is a way of cheating. Better off you lose all your gains when you come off anyway. Natural is the best way to go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because, and not to mention, when you're on steroids, your connective tissues don't keep up with the muscle growth, so you have that danger of more likely to get injured as well, especially if you're using heavy weights for like a lot of reps. It can really tire out your like your joints and your stuff like that. So anyway, so what's going on? Still going to walk for me. What has it become, this really walk show now? Something that's the problem with a lot of these TV shows. They become like full of agendas. It's like Coronation Street's done that as well, where they were like someone. Well, it's not a walk, but as in like it wasn't a walk thing. But what they were saying, some guy was saying, going on about the banks and all that, and like the Rothschilds and all that, and then some woman was like saying, oh, and was saying about like the Rothschilds and all the banks is a classic anti-Semitic trope. So to me, that's just a way of trying to kind of what is it called, to kind of brainwash the public into thinking that any talk about elite bankers or anything like that has anything to do with anti-Semitism. That word seems to be getting thrown around too loosely. It's kind of lost any kind of meaning. The thing is, the meaning of Semitism or anti-Semitism, actually most of Semites are Arabs. So yeah, so all these people using that word, it doesn't even sound right because most of them are Arabs. Go and fact check that, you know. I used them years ago. They messed my mental health up big time. No one talks about that side of it. Only the muscle side they talk about would never touch them again. Yeah, yeah, because a lot of people say that they become more angry, more aggressive. And some people say that, you know, up to a certain point, like testosterone can help with your mood and stuff like that and become, you know, more assertive and more confident and things like that. But then it gets to a point where, you know, they say that too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And that pretty much applies to everything. You can always pretty much have too much of a good thing because it just, you know, even like, for example, if you became too happy, maybe that could be bad because then that could be a lot of stress on the body. But what we're looking for is like kind of more of I think we look for more of that kind of stable emotion where you don't have all these peaks and troughs, you know, going from high to just going down into the depths. Yeah, well, that's what it is. But then if they were to actually use that word, then it wouldn't actually sound right, would it? Because what has that got to do with, you know, Jew hatred? It's kind of like trying to use a euphemism, and it's like, because if they were to actually use the right word for what they're trying to say, then they just look stupid, or just look really, or it's just really kind of it's just a very kind of emotional kind of triggering. It's like when you say someone's a bigot or something like that, then it's like a very sort of emotion triggering kind of word. It's like it makes people feel like there's a certain like hostility or something like that. What other words would I think of? Like, yeah, like bigot, or, you know, like or something like calling someone alt-right or far-right or something like that. And, or, you know, like the calling someone a fascist, you know, sort of like, yeah. But it's like, I don't hate any race or anything like that. I just, you know, as long as people are, you know, respect each other's views and all that, then I have no problem with that. Give me panic attacks and anxiety and couldn't sleep, and coming off them with no knowledge of them was the worst ever. What do you mean, the withdrawal of it or something? But yeah, a lot of people are just being reckless, I think. And there's a whole thing of like TRT, and I was talking about this the other day, and you've got all these people like James Smith going on TRT and even promoting it. And because you might say, well, he's not promoting it, but he's like indirectly promoting it by talking about his experiences on it. Like, I mean, because what he's trying to say to people is, you know, it kind of puts a message out of just like, basically, or you don't have to try to, or well, you can just take this TRT and it'll just, you know, it'll help you feel better, more, you know, kind of energy and whatever. But if they just focus on the fundamental things, then they could have done that. But the thing is, I think he's become too obsessed with like entrepreneurship and all that, where he's now having to like, because you could say, well, he's been stressing himself out with, you know, all the nonsense of like trying to become this multi-millionaire, but then you end up possibly just jeopardizing your health because of that, stressing yourself out too much. Then your natural testosterone kind of gets a bit low.
And yeah, I mean, maybe if he'd have just not really focused too much on, on the entrepreneurship side of things and show what can really be possible naturally, put more time into exercising and actually being able to recover and all that kind of stuff, then maybe that would have actually been better in the long run for his personal brand by not, instead of saying, oh, well, this is what you can expect naturally. And it doesn't really put a good message out to people, I don't think, because then it's saying to people, well, unless you want to take TRT, then you're probably just going to look average, because his physique doesn't even look that great when he's not on some kind of TRT or something most of the time. Like, so it doesn't exactly give a lot of people much hope for like actually building a good body for themselves. I mean, but at the same time, I don't think people should also have unrealistic expectations. But I feel like, yeah, some of these people are just kind of, I don't know, they're not really trying hard enough because they're trying to put too much effort into other things that they would be better off actually just trying to focus on their health, because then that's going to, in the long run, be a better message to their audience to show that they're actually capable of, great things naturally. But yeah, 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 thank you, Max. I was just talking about this whole TRT trend and how you got these people in their 30s, considering in even 20s, going to get TRT. I just think it's pathetic. Even guys 40s, 50s, I don't think most of them should be taking it, because they're just, unless you've got legitimate hypogonadism, then if you have low testosterone, you're probably doing something wrong. If you have too much stress in your life, then maybe you need to take that out of your life if you can, And I understand that, I think he's had, that Jason's had some kids or whatever, but it's like, if he wouldn't just focus so much on this fucking trying to still be, this entrepreneur or something, and maybe that would have actually been better for his brand by saying, oh, well, look at what I can do naturally, instead of be like, oh, well, I had to take TRT so I could get abs or something, It's not really a good message to be putting out to people, I don't think. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, or some people call it HRT, hormone replacement therapy. But unless it's for health issues are necessary, then WTF. I know it's a joke, really, and some of them are even getting kickbacks from these companies. There are probably some dodgy ass companies who are prescribing people with TRT when they don't even need it. Like, someone might have, like, say, 600-700 tests, but they'll measure them in the evening when it drops to like 300 or something, and they'll be like, oh, look, this person has low T. Let's put them on TRT. And their testosterone goes through the roof into super physiological territory. Because you've got people like Alex Eubank that's done that, where he was like, oh, well, my test was low when because I was so lean. Well, maybe it's because you was a bit too lean, But it's like, who knows if he's even being honest? Because I think most people, like, unless they're getting super, super lean, then their testosterone should be optimal. If the body fat's somewhere between 10 and 15%, that's optimal for testosterone. Up to about 20%, but like if it's below 10%, then that's going to be, where you can start to get those side effects in some cases. Especially when you're going below 8%, that's really when problems can start to happen, because that's when your body starts to like hunker down and want to, not be, prioritizing hormones and things, because it's just trying to survive at that point. So the point is, yeah, if your body fat is, around that kind of range that I was saying, that you probably don't need to be doing any of that, but why would you want to be going below 10% anyway? that is just not realistic, and there's not a good message to put out either. So you've got, we're going to try and find some balance, is what I'm saying. Like, we should be having high sort of, sort of standards for ourselves, but not too high standards to where, we're having to take a certain substance to get that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you were saying. You said you was around kind of, well, you said 12, 13%. It's hard to really tell exactly, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's, single digit or something, but yeah. I mean, if you were single digit, you'd probably not even be able to get through those workouts because you just wouldn't have the recovery, because you need the testosterone to be able to recover. You need to have all these, you would need to, if you don't have enough HGH or anything like that, then you're not going to be able to recover properly. So some fat can be good, but yeah, I mean, but it's just, but at the same time, some people will just let themselves go if they, they don't feel like doing it or something. And it's like, I don't think that's good either. We should hold ourselves accountable. But then the problem is that these people end up being like, oh, well, I look like shit, so I'm just going to take TRT because, oh, well, I'm being stressed out. I've been, doing, too much, like, grinding on my entrepreneurship shit. And it's like, yeah, that's cool and all that, and you're trying to do this personal brand shit, but wouldn't it be better for your personal brand to actually try to do the best you can naturally? I think in the long run, it's just shooting you in the foot, but they don't see it like that. And even if it does make you more money to do the TRT, it's like in the long run, when you look back and think, maybe I should have just stuck it out and just had more of that kind of, just like a better message for people. I don't know. What's that you're saying? Yeah. People should just delete all these. I know. I never seen your videos, but don't compare yourself to people on steroids. If you're natural, it's a whole different ball game. By looks your picture, you are really good at shape and size. Yeah, that's right. I mean, he's like about 5'9", and didn't you say he was about, what was it, about 69 kilograms or so, which is not particularly heavy, but I think with you it's mostly upper body mass that you've got. You don't really do a lot of lower body, from what I can tell. It's mostly like, you do a lot of like pull-ups and push-ups and things like that. So not looking like all these bodybuilders, actually a very nice indicator for health. Yeah, bodybuilding, if you're on steroids, and because to get to that level, then yeah, you're definitely on steroids. It's not possible to get usually it's not going to be possible to go above 25 FFMI, which means fat-free mass index. So for example, you're probably not going to be going above, say, 27, 28, 29 BMI, but whilst being relatively lean. If your BMI is 30 plus, I don't care if you've got a lot of muscle, you're obese and you're not healthy, because you're either not natural or you have too much body fat, and that's not good either. So yeah, I remember calling someone out on that and say, because someone was saying that they had all this muscle, they were this gym person, and they said they were, the doctor measured them as obese. And I'm like, well, if you was actually, really obese, measured by that, then it's not healthy, is it? It doesn't matter if you have a lot of muscle or a lot of fat, because you probably still have quite a bit of fat, even if there is a lot of muscle, if you're natural, or you're not natural, which is also just as bad as being obese. So it just, they might look healthy on the outside, but on the inside they're dying basically. But most bodybuilders these days, they look 40 and they're in their 20s. Yeah, and I'm probably going to be the opposite, because if I prioritize my health, then I want to get to 40s and still look young, you know? I want to prioritize my health. I don't want to look old. Because what happens with these bodybuilders, well, I heard this thing actually. There's this thing called the reverse Botox effect. So because of there's an interesting thing I saw about how, because their muscles become so developed, like their facial expressions become more, that they're using more muscles and stuff, and it ends up actually creating deeper wrinkles. And these you can't really resolve. Even if you come off it, it's probably going to still show that. And another thing is obviously collagen goes down as well when you're yeah. So these are things that, you know, I don't know if with the collagen they might be able to reverse to some degree. I don't know, but you'll see some of these guys are like, you know, they'll age like 10 years in under 5 years. It's just sad. It's like they're aging more than, you know, twice as fast as they should be. And that's not the message I'm trying to put out here. I'm trying to be showing realistic expectations with yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't even call myself a bodybuilder because of the associations, but technically that's what I'm doing, is like building my body up, but it's like, but I'm doing it in a natural way. I'm not doing it with gear, because I don't see the need to do that. And like I said, I want to see where I can go naturally. As soon as you go on gear, then it's like you're just kind of cheating yourself. It's like you never know like where you could have gone naturally, and it's just, yeah, because then you come off it and then you're having to kind of go on. You're probably gonna have to come on TRT if you come off the roids, because your natural testosterone can tank. You can end up with like hypogonadism with a lot of these compounds. And now, of course, there's some that are worse than others, but there's some people who want to get really big, and then they end up just, they end up really suffering. Like the more big you want to get, then probably the worse it's going to be for health. And yeah, there's things that they can do, like dividing out their doses and all that kind of crap. But really, though, it's just it's not good, is it? You know, it's not good for like your body to be going through any of that anyway. It's like, yeah, you can mitigate certain things, but why would you even want to do that? So yeah, Max, you said you're not like on the planche yet, are you? I mean, planche is a crazy thing to do. I've heard only about 0.1% of the population can actually do a planche. It's like a very advanced calisthenics move, but yeah, hypogonadism. Well, think about it. What do you think that even means? Not even close to 0.1. Even about even less than 0.1% can do it. I don't know. I'd have to like look what. Maybe that's even 0.1% of lifters. I don't know, but what percentage of 1% of people doing calisthenics, maybe, yeah. So let's see, people can, or maybe men. Let's see what percentage of men, because we're talking men very much here, because obviously women it's gonna be way harder for them. Maybe 0.01% of people trying to gym really well and do plunge. But yeah, like it's crazy to be able to do stuff like that. But yeah, so it says it's difficult to pinpoint an exact percentage of men who can perform a planche. So yeah, there's not an actual kind of statistic on it, I guess. But it's because it's, how would you even study that? You know, you'd have to just take random people from the population, but you'd need quite a big sample size on it, wouldn't you, for that? But it would take many years, I think, to learn that. It's like a very difficult movement to do. But yeah, I mean, even a lever is quite a challenging movement, like a full lever, like as in a, you know, where you're straight. I mean, a tuck lever is, kind of, not that hard, but most people probably couldn't even do that. I've been practicing that a lot lately and trying to get better at it. I've been trying to do like where you straighten your arms out, like you said, trying to work on that. But yeah, even that to me is a bit of a, it's not that easy, but yeah, it's just, yeah, it's like some people like you'll see on social media and they make it look easy, all these calisthenics movements, but they're literally like 1 in a million people, these aren't they, the people that can do planche into like a friggin' handstand, and they'll even do things like planche push-ups. Like they'll do planche push-ups and then they'll do a handstand, do some handstand push-ups. They'll then some people can even do clapping handstand push-ups, crazy shit, it's like, and it can make you feel kind of like inferior watching this stuff, because you're like, I'll never be able to do any of that. I mean, I just don't really have the genetics to do that anyway, but you've got to focus on the things that you can do. But yeah, it's just, anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I'm just going to stay on for a couple more minutes, but yeah, I just thought I would kind of, just talk about that whole, situation with the TRT. I just feel like it's a cop-out, and that so many people are doing it. It's kind of alarming, because it's just become like, it's like people almost see you as like natty if you're doing TRT, and it's like, well, maybe you should just try and optimize your life. Time to work for me. Have a good day, Jim. Yeah, you take care. Yeah. So, because if you're stressing yourself out, then maybe you should try and sort that out, because it's not good to be doing that and trying to put a band-aid over the problem. I think this is the problem I'm saying, like that we shouldn't be putting band-aids over our problems. We should be trying to address them. I may do a live beginner training session this evening and focus on the basics. Yeah, it's good, more like accessible for like beginners, isn't it? Like when you're just doing your simple like crunches, push-ups. Like I don't know if you do like the bench dips, but they're a good one for beginners as well, because it doesn't involve too much of a weight or anything. But yeah, I do some I was doing some stuff like that last night with like the push-ups. I was doing some jump squats and things like that. So I'm just trying to work a bit more on that sort of stuff as well. So just kind of we should probably do a lot of like just basic stuff, because these are fundamental movements that you can just keep progressing with it. And but when it comes to like obviously more of the skills that can take up years and years to actually learn it properly, with more advanced stuff, I mean, I bet you most people couldn't do a muscle up. I mean, I can't even do a muscle up. I've never really tried to learn it, but I'm struggling even to do pull-ups. But like, obviously, again, genetics are gonna, like if you're taller, you've got long limbs, it's going to be more difficult. But you should also not use that as an excuse. But it's just the fact that some people are going to have an easier time than others. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do a planche. Maybe not, but that's okay. Everybody's different. We've all got our own strengths and weaknesses. There's things that I'd be able to do that some people might not be able to do. So we should stop comparing ourselves to others and focus on doing the things that we're good at. And anyway, so I'll probably get off here in a minute, but any more questions before I go? Just say something if you're still watching. So like I said, I'll probably get some short out later at some point.
try and kind of like, yeah, just try and get some more content out in it, because that's been kind of helping me grow a bit, but I don't know. I'm just hoping to see this channel keep growing, but sometimes I can get a bit disheartened with it, but I just gotta like ignore that feeling and just kind of keep going, because sometimes we all have bad days sometimes, and we just have to remember that. Yeah, you take care. So yeah, we all have bad days sometimes, whether it's just, I don't know, things aren't always gonna go your way, but that's fine. We need to just not take things too seriously and just try to have fun with what we're doing. It doesn't matter if things don't turn out quite right. So, but yeah, last chance to ask anything. Well, we'll be back on later anyway, about 7 p.m. UK time. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you all later. Peace out. Bye.